Cutie pie, have you eaten your vitamins for the day? Today we're going to go through some Hex, PulseChain, PulseX talk with respect to Richard Heart's absolutely ginormous dump of legal issues. I would like to remind you, friends, that a lot of people have ants in their pants. You have been fiddling around in the sandbox. I understand there are a lot of things out there that give you FOMO. There are a lot of shiny objects. And a lot of people say to me, man, I want new coins. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. Habib, you think I don't want new coins as well? I want to know the next narrative. I've made videos on this, friends. So please look at the title of this video. I made this video that thank you very much, friends. You like, subscribe, button. I appreciate every single one of you. Please shock the algorithm. I made this video months ago. It literally tells you right here, narratives don't last long enough yet. The formula is here for you. And it's very important to understand that. I am not going to put absolute junk in front of your face when I know that if I buy today, it could be up 2x tomorrow. And then when you buy, you're going down 50%. Very short-term narratives. This is not the market condition to do that. It will come appropriate, perhaps in 2024, if the cycle keeps repeating, which we are not guaranteed. But absolutely under no circumstances are we going to go through that. I also want to share with you, look how many potential narratives there are, man. There are 12 narratives here. And guess what? There might be new ones out there. You know, each of these coins, there's like, each of these narratives, there could be like 5 to 10 coins for each section. How on earth are you going to buy 120 coins and not even be guaranteed that it's going to even work in your favor? I mean, I just want to share with you the type of excitement I had just to bring this juicy information for you.
Friendly reminder that you are my friend, baby dolls.
Oh my God, what are we doing here sometimes, friends? So look, you see, it's a problem. It's a problem, but it's not going to be a problem for long. That's why we have to focus on the core fundamentals now. Why? It's because in the bull market, you can't go very aggressive on poop. You don't know if the narrative is going to disappear under your feet. Are there going to be people supporting it? I know. I can even show you. I showed you on the pulsetube.com. There are 143 people who are associated with Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX. At least with this court case, yeah, it's not ideal, but you have some backing if things go a bit bad, if things go a bit good, if there's volatility in the price. So this is what you want to see. Now, when it comes to Richard Heart's post, he made this very lengthy post. I'm actually very bullish. So he basically implies he's going to fight, but he shares a lot of information here for you. So let's just read the top part. He wants to share with you. The crypto lawyers out there aren't using all the defenses available to them. I came up with these ideas to help them. As blockchains are communication networks, they are protected by Section 230. This is important to use all of the defenses available to you. Okay, he says there's lots of other theories in case law I've found out to help you guys out there, yada, yada. Shout out to XRP and Coinbase for fighting the good fight for freedom. So basically, the judge's words that were used in those cases and those types of legal areas, they are going to be very useful for establishing a precedent. Now, I'm not a law dude. I don't wear a suit every day. This room's dusty. I've got a squeaky chair. I've got fluffy slippers on. Okay, there's a lot of lint on my tracksuit pants. Okay, all these are useful bullet points. Imagine you just slap on this on SEC versus SGLTT. No securities where purchasers received website access. No common enterprise. So all these examples, fantastic to see. Isn't it wonderful that this is a preparation presented for us? He also mentions, right, you should also notice the defenses Coinbase is using. Failure to state a claim, no authority to regulate, major questions doctrine, wallets aren't brokers, abuse of discretion, equitable estoppel, unclean hands. Guess what? Gary Gensler has some very unclean hands. You know why? He's been tugging off that banking cartel and he has been working overtime with a wig in an alleyway because we know the corrupt SEC has a barbed whip and they are lashing out against the poor US citizens who pay taxes to the government and unfortunately are getting whipped every day in favor of the banking cartel. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, they all have shares of the US Fed. You're not going to find it out, but it's very obvious if you dig deep enough. We're not going to go into that because you guys need me alive for the bull market, and I don't want to end up in a body bag. Okay, friends? So let's go. Ricardo Corazon mentioning, there are more defenses, not here. And this should be a great help to you fine legal folks out there. I mean, how many of them are you, friends? Friends, honestly, if you're from the legal world, you guys got a lot of work to do because it's been just trash from your end for so long. Okay, we've just lost trust in this legal system. Here he is repeating, blockchain's a speech. You do the maths, you publish it. Someone else checks your math, peer-to-peer. I like these, okay? Securely removing middlemen for a decade and replacing trust with mathematical proof. He also goes on to finish by saying, many powerful quotes exist in these cases, which would be quite useful for public commenting periods and in defense of the citizens' constitutional rights elsewhere. Now, I don't know much, but that sounds like somebody's prepared, okay? How the hell is a judge gonna watch some dude come in, all right, and look at these friends, look at all this stuff. Wow. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? Are you gonna come and make up your own laws? Because we can make more memes. All right. I've got endless memes, friends. You see me posting on Twitter all day. We're not running out of memes. Okay. We are nowhere near done. We're just getting started. So I'm confident here. I also want to balance it out. Now, in one of their comment sections of another Hexagon, I think it was Corey's channel. All right. There is an interview done out there. So the corrupt SEC, they might take this out for 2 years. Now, I'm not going to go through all the comments here, but there is somebody from the Hex PulseChain community who he knows about the SEC, and going through what he basically mentions here, he mentions that he goes, look, he says at the top, I've been monitoring the SEC for the past 3 years. He says, basically with the XRP situation, we were lucky. We had John Deaton, who filed an amicus brief. Now, you remember, friends, the amicus brief is literally translated to a friend of the court. Don't forget who's your real friend here. So, an amicus brief on behalf of 65,000 XRP holders. Well, guess what? That sounds a bit weird because we've got 150,000 hexagons, but XRP is 15 times larger than the total Richard Heart ecosystem in terms of market cap. How does that work? You guys are 15 times larger in valuation, but we have 2.5 times more people. It must mean Ripple own a lot of the coins. Wink, wink. But you didn't hear that from me. Anyway, he says, let's continue. It basically meant we were allowed to be heard by the judge on behalf of all these holders through John Deaton, right? This helped. And this attorney, along with Jeremy Hogan, he is one of the famous XRP dudes. He was always providing information about the XRP case. They were paramount in the community understanding what was going on. Now, let me tell you something, friends. There are dingleberries out there. Yeah, I said it. There are dingleberries out there who call hexagons white trash, trailer trash. Well, let me tell you something. You are my trash, okay? Don't listen to these people. I am very impressed by the amount of intelligence, grit, and ferocity of the community. I guarantee you, we don't need no amicus poop. These guys and girls and ducks and squirrels are going to be going 150% strong with this. We ain't running out of memes. And this person also mentions, we won the SEC case because the community was informed. Well, aren't you glad you got a friend here who's informing you right now? Because we know what's up, friends. XRP have members too. Don't get me wrong, they do. But XRP, they were fighting the battle by themselves. They had the whole crypto industry behind their back, but they were really in a world of unknown. Now, they've already had 2 years of all this talking stuff. And friends, let's be honest, okay? XRP, Ripple, look, man, Ripple was dumping the whole time. Richard wasn't doing that, you know? So, look, the fact that Ripple could be declared not a security after they were like blatantly sending XRP tokens to another institution who then dumped at 30% below market price. The fact that they still couldn't call out a security means, okay, there's a lot of good information here. So this information is basically preparing everybody. He said as well, he goes, look, we are in for the long haul here if he doesn't attempt to settle, and they might not even allow him to. Screw the SEC. Who does these corrupt clowns think they are? They're literally going after the whole crypto industry. We're making it political. Everyone out there's too poor, friends. You know that, right? They've printed so much money. They're so poor. People only have one chance out, and it's crypto. They're not going to buy Tesla and make an 8x. It ain't going to happen. So this person also mentions, if he doesn't settle, you can bank on 2.5 years for the main suit, another 2 years for appeals, which is where we are now with XRP. I don't buy that for crap. You mean to tell me it's going to be a 4.5 years going down? Did he do this? I don't think so, friends. This sounds to me like, surprise, surprise, I think somebody has been looking at the red candles too much. I think they've been a bit of a naughty boy. Just been like, look at these red candles. It's going to take 4.5 years. What a bunch of hocus pocus. But it is what it is. You've seen it now, friends. I'm here to share with you this information. Isn't it? It's wonderful that at least you have a friend here to tell you. Like, I can tell you right now, I knew when I got sent this message, I go, you know what? The monthly candles are red. I bet it's going to have a negative spin on it. I guarantee you it's going to have a negative spin. Before I even read the message and I read it, I go, aha, it had a negative spin, didn't it? And guess what? We got some green candles. I go, oh, wow, he might be able to settle. Wow, we don't need all this. It is what it is. I know they don't seem related, but they're all related. News, narrative, doesn't matter. Okay, the market is a forward pricing mechanism. The price moves first. The narrative follows later. It is what it is. Get used to it. So I want to hear what you think. Personally, this is just me. Personally, I think Pulse is cheap. I think Pulse is cheap. I think PulseX is very cheap. I think the poopy head dingleberries who have sold the low, yes, I don't care. I don't care if you have 10 million DAI in your wallet address. You're selling down here, you're a Jim Cramer. I don't care. Stop worshipping people with a lot of money in their account. They get it wrong too. If you constantly think that people with a lot of money make consistently right moves, you are literally not going to make it. How do you think Bitcoin maxis missed out on Ethereum? How do you think Ethereum maxis missed out on other new alt layer 1 coins? How do you think that all happens? They have billions of dollars and hundreds of millions of dollars. It's because they fluked one thing. One-time fluke doesn't mean you're some sort of genius market reader here and there. We have confidence that, yeah, we're standing in front of the depression. We are standing in front of the fear. That if you want to win, this is what you got to do. And so looking at the hex price too, we know they're all liquidity bonded, Hart's Law. I still think they're cheap. You can sell right now. You can sell right now and quit. But the way it's looking, I like this stance from Richard Hart. I mean, come on, friends. You know what's funny? On my Twitter feed, there are old messages from 24 hours ago appearing where I think Mr. Goldkey asked, do you think Ricardo Corazon is going to fight or settle? And there are people, their responses appear, and a lot of people were saying ignore, and people were saying run. He's just going to run. He's going to ghost. And it's funny, I'm seeing this contrasted with that because Twitter is sending me messages that were popular like 12 to 18 hours ago, so it still thinks they're relevant. It doesn't know they're similar topics, right? This is fantastic to see. Look, friends, you get to see this, man. Like, there were people so sure he's going to ignore it. He's got no legal team. He's running away doing this. Look what he just planted in your face, man. He's planted like 50 freaking examples of where the SEC has absolutely no grounds, a corrupt SEC. So don't take everything that you see on the internet as real. In fact, okay, remember, yeah, I'm spinning on a squeaky chair in a dusty room, but what are those people doing? Most of the time when you figure out they're actually just describing the red monthly candle. And guess what? The opposite of red is green. The opposite of non-friend is friend. That's exactly what you are. This party emoji is going to get bigger and bigger as the bull market appears, friends. But right now, it's going to hang out here. Make sure you like, subscribe, press the bell button, and all. Don't forget he loves and appreciates you. Tell mum and dad, you're going to give him a kiss and a hug from me. Catch you in the next one.